Yeah, so welcome everybody, and said hello to you all properly. So Jane and Julie and Sue and Michelle, and thank you.
Morning. Listening to that lovely news.
Yes, brilliant, isn't it?
Absolutely fab. There we are.
This is welcome to Sue and Di, who are taking the recording. And I'll just mute everybody and bring us all up onto the screen. Have I muted you all? Yes. And okay, so we've got a nice Christmas theme today for obvious reasons. We're going to start with a little breathing practice. Just bring myself up. So our whole theme is all about Christmas. So I hope you're all sorted and not feeling stressed about what's happening at the end of the week. I think because we've had all that going on in our family, I'm very laid back about it this year. And I'm just thinking, oh, well, I just need to pop to the shops and get a few bits and pieces to make a Sunday dinner. And that's it. So maybe the way we need to be about it, just be a little bit more chilled out. So let's come to a comfortable seated position. So you sit in whichever is best for you. I'm sitting in, this is called Siddhasana, which is a accomplished pose where you cross your feet at the ankles and just tuck the one foot up towards the other thigh. And it's a good idea to sit on a block because that just lifts your hips, excuse me, a little bit and allows you to drop your knees down towards the mat. But you do what's right for you. If you want to sit with your legs out in front of you, that's fine. We just want to sit in an upright position because we're going to do a nice calming breathing practice before we start. So try and find that upright spine. So get some length. Send the top of your head up to the ceiling. Imagine I'm pulling you up by a cord from the top of your head. And then think about where your chin is. So we don't want to drop our chin towards the chest. We want to keep some open feeling, some open flow through the throat. So keep the chin just parallel to the floor. And then think about your shoulders. Just have a little shrug of the shoulders and allow them to rest back down. So your chest is slightly lifted, your shoulder blades sliding down across your back, tummy muscles are engaged. And let's just sit for a moment with our eyes closed. Just breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Just let everything settle. Just find your normal pattern of breathing, not forcing anything. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to build in some throat control, some ujjayi breath. So with your out breath, just add in that ujjayi breath, that throat control. So it's where you slightly close the back of the throat and you start making quite a strong noise with your breath. This is where you're channeling Darth Vader. So gently breathing in. And as you breathe out, really allow that breath to happen. Hearing that strong out breath with ujjayi. So gently breathing in, no throat control. Breathing out, ujjayi breath. So the out breath is quite a strong out breath. It's making a noise, but don't feel that you're forcing it out so that you're not, you're left with no breath at all. Just Allow that breath to happen, but bring in that ujjayi. So that ujjayi breath helps to bring some calm into your body. And what it does is it helps to extend the exhalation. So this practice that we're going to do fully in a moment is called Viloma. And it's a really good one to do at the start of a yoga practice. And it's good if you suffer from low energy. So if you feel, as we're about to start, you haven't really got the energy for this practice, then this breathing practice will help to bring some energy in. So the other side of it is the inhalation. So we're going to do this by controlling the breath through one side of the nostril and then the other side. So take your hands up towards your nose and close off your left nostril. And then breathe in normally through your right nostril. So a nice deep breath in, no throat control. And as you exhale, release both nostrils, exhale with ujjayi breath. Inhale through your left nostril, closing your right. Exhale both, ujjayi breath. Inhale through the right, close the left. Exhale ujjayi through both. Inhale left, close the right. Exhale ujjayi. So keep that going in your own time. Inhaling through one. Exhaling through both. So remember, as you inhale, you just allow the breath to flow freely, sending it all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. And as you exhale, use your ujjayi breath to send that breath out, giving that throat control, extending the exhalation, just noticing, does the exhalation feel a little bit longer than your inhale? Keeping it going. And as you exhale, feel as though you're just settling into your sit bones as you release that breath. And with the exhalation, you let go of any tension in your body. So try and focus on any areas where you might be holding tension. Maybe in your jaw, or your shoulders, or your hips. Just allowing that tension to go with the exhalation. So we're building our energy in our bodies before we start. And we're balancing both sides of the brain. Both energy channels, remember from last week when we talked about Ida and Pingala, the two energy channels running alongside the spine. Ida for the moon, Pingala for the sun. Balancing both energy channels. So the next time you exhale from your left nostril, just let go of all control of your breath. Just release your hands down to your lap. And just allow your breath to return to normal. Just sit and observe how you feel. Do you feel any more energized? Does your head feel a little bit clearer? That's where I notice it most when I do these left and right breathing practices. I feel as though my head, like around my forehead, feels a little bit clearer. So hopefully you can feel the benefits of the practice. So on your next inhalation, just sweep your hands forward and reach your hands up and overhead. Palms are facing each other. You can keep your eyes closed if that still feels good for you. Sometimes with your eyes closed, you can really visualize everything that's happening with this stretch. You can feel the muscles stretching along the side of the body, lifting up out of your rib cage. And then as you exhale, just sweep the hands back to the mat, releasing your shoulders. So let's do that once more. Inhale, reaching them up and overhead, reaching up to the ceiling. Feel as though you're really lengthening the upper body, reaching from the top of the head, lengthening the neck. Exhale and release. Once more, inhale, reaching up. So get that length, send those fingertips up to the ceiling. And this time, as you exhale, turn your upper body to the right and then drop your hands. So your right hand goes behind you, your left hand is resting on your right knee. So you're glancing over your right shoulder. So since we're in a Christmas theme this week, just imagine you're Santa Claus. You're sitting at the front of the sleigh and you're gazing over your shoulder, checking on those parcels. So ease off on that twist and look back towards your right knee. And then as you exhale, create that twist just a little bit more. Can you look even further over your shoulders, checking on the parcels? Ease off once more. Exhale, twisting, looking around. Relax your shoulders down as you do this. You should be feeling the twist around the bottom of the rib cage. Inhale, reach your hands up, return to center, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, you've got to check those parcels on the left-hand side now. So you're looking over your left shoulder. So keeping that upright spine, finding that twist, relax the shoulders. Ease off and gaze at your left knee. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Once more, easing off. Exhale, can you look any further? You don't want to drop any parcels, do you? Inhale, reaching your hands back up. Exhale, place them along on the floor alongside you. So next time as you inhale, reach your left hand up and overhead. So it's reaching up alongside your left ear. And just walk your right hand out along the mat. So just as far as feels good for you, as long as you're keeping your left hip on the floor. So you're really reaching into this side bend. Opening out the side of the body. If your neck is okay, you can turn your gaze and look beyond your left shoulder. Inhale and start to walk your fingers back. Exhale, place your hands back on the mat. So we'll do the same on the other side. Inhale, right hand reaches up. Get that length before we do anything. Exhale, left fingers out along the mat. Reach in with the right hand. Keep the right hip in contact with the mat. So if your hip is coming up, that's as far as you need to go. So feel as though you're reaching away with the right fingertips and you're sending the right hip down into the mat. Lovely opening stretch. I'm not sure what Santa's doing here. He's just limbering up. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, release. So just shift yourself around onto the mat. We're going to come into child's pose. Take your knees wide, toes together. Sit your hips back to your heels and reach those hands forward on the mat. Resting your head down on the mat or on the block. So finding that lovely stretch all through the back. Sending your hips down to your heels. Keep breathing. Use your exhalation to reach the hands even further. Send the hips to the heels. On your next inhalation, walk your hands back up to all fours. Let's come up into our cat-cow position. But we're not cat-cows today, we're reindeers. So find that length in your spine, send the top of the head out in front of you, tuck your tummy muscles in. Inhale, and as you exhale, dropping your head towards the mat. Just being careful with those antlers. Round in the back. Send the back up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, sink the chest forward and through, creating that dip in the spine, lifting the head, lifting the antlers. Inhale. Exhale, rounding once more. Pressing the hands into the mat as you open through the back. Inhale. Exhale. Dipping through the spine. Last time, inhale. Exhale as you round. Inhale. Exhale. Rounding, sending the pelvis up, lifting the head. So return to all fours. Taking a breath in here. And just reach your hands out along the mat. Keep walking them out, leave your hips where they are, and allow your elbows to rest down towards the mat. Your forehead may come towards the mat. So this is the reindeers limbering up. We normally call this puppy dog stretch, but this is reindeer stretch this morning. So keeping your hips up above your knees, reaching out. That's it, brilliant. Looking really good. So when you're in this position, on your next inhalation, keeping that form, lift your hands away from the mat. So you're coming up onto your fingertips. So you're just balancing on the fingertips, finding that extra little bit of stretch through the backs of the arms as you do this. And then exhale and release the palms back to the mat. And then inhale, walk your hands back towards your all fours position. Take a breath here. And then on your next inhalation, toes into the mat. Lift your knees and your hips come up into downward facing reindeer. You're dropping your head towards the mat, sending your hips up to the ceiling. Find that lovely opening to the back of the spine. On your next inhalation, walk your hands back towards your feet. Uttanasana, forward fold. So fingertips or palms to the mat. Send the heels down into the mat, send the hips up to the ceiling. You can have a slight bend in the knees. Just really enjoy that forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale as you slide your hands up to your shins, create that half forward fold. Finding that strength in the spine. Exhale, slide your hands back to the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Dropping the top of the head to the mat. Inhale and take your hands to your hips, lifting your spine up and away from the mat, slowly coming up. Reaching your hands up and overhead, take your gaze to your palms, reaching up to the ceiling. So making sure you're not crunching the back of your neck here as you gaze up to those hands. So take a breath in here. And as you exhale, come to face you, just send your hands over to the right-hand side. So you're creating that crescent shape. Only today, we're candy canes, Christmas candy canes. As you send your hands over to the right-hand side, palms are facing each other. Keep breathing. Inhale and bring yourself back upright. Exhale, left-hand side. So sending the arms well balanced. They're one stacked on top of the other. So try and make that movement from the upper body, not just the hips shifting out. Your legs are quite stable. Your hips are up above your knees and your feet. So we're curling through the top of the body, creating that candy cane shape. Inhale, bring yourself back upright. Exhale, release. Well done. Let's have a little bit of a flow. Now get some more energy into the body. So standing at the back of the mat, taking a deep breath in, sweep the hands out wide, reach up and overhead, take your gaze to your palms. Exhale as you bring your hands through the midline all the way down to the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Dropping the top of the head towards the mat. Inhale and slide your hands up to your shins. Find that half forward fold. Make sure you're not lifting your chin, so keep your chin towards your chest. As if you were standing, your chin would be parallel to the floor. So you're finding that length in your spine. Take a breath. Exhale and slide your hands back to the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale and walk your hands out along the mat, one handprint at a time. We're coming into plank. So find that strong, straight plank. Toes into the mat. Find that length from the top of the head, all the way down the spine, all the way down the backs of the legs. Sending the heels towards the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, lower to the mat. So do that whichever is right for you. If the knees need to come down, fine. Otherwise, Lower your elbows bend, you lower your chest. Release your feet. Inhale, come up to low cobra or up dog, whatever is good for your spine. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, roll over the toes back to downward facing dog. That's it, well done. Have a little walk with your feet. Send your heels down to the mat. And then come to settle in downward facing dog. Inhale. Reach your right leg up to the ceiling, pointing away. Not down dog, is it? It's downward facing reindeer. Reaching away. On your next inhalation, shift your weight forward with your leg still up in the air. Bring your knee up to your chest as you round your back. Step your foot forward. Coming into a lunge. Take a breath here. As you exhale, step your left foot forward. You're back into Uttanasana, forward fold. Drop your head towards the mat. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins, create that half forward fold. Exhale, slide your hands back to the mat, Uttanasana, dropping the head down towards the mat. So we're rewinding here to come to our other side. So bend your knees enough so that your hands plant into the mat. Take a breath. As you exhale, step your left leg back, step your right leg back. You're in plank. So find that lovely, strong, straight spine. Find that strength in plank. Take a breath. As you exhale, lower yourself to the mat. Whichever way is good. If your knees come down first, that's fine. Or bend in the elbows. Resting down on the mat. Inhale to up dog, up reindeer, or cobra. So you're balancing on your toes if you're in up dog, or just resting your legs on the mat if you're in cobra. Take a breath here. Inhale as you roll over those toes, send the hips up to the ceiling. Downward facing reindeer. Inhale. Send your left leg up into the air, reaching away. As you exhale, shift the weight forward, leaving the leg where it is, and then rounding through the spine as you bend your left knee up to your chest, step it through. Inhale. As you exhale, step the right foot through to meet the left one. You're in Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, slide your hands all the way up your legs, slowly coming up to Tadasana. Just stand and let everything settle. Just allow your shoulders to relax and sending your shoulders down towards the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Chest is slightly forward. Tummy muscles engaged. Just allowing a moment for everything to settle. And then on your next inhalation, Reach your hands out wide, bringing the hands together. The palms are together. Bend in the elbows. Can't quite see my hands, can you? So the palms are together and bend the elbows. So find that strong, straight spine, softness in the knees, tummy muscles engaged. Inhale. As you exhale, just sending your weight over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. So this is a candle, a lovely Christmas candle. And you're flickering that flame left and right as you open through the side body. So once you've been over to the left-hand side, once more, inhale back to center, exhale, release. So shoulders should be feeling nice and free now. So we're going to come back to the back of the mat. Inhale and take your hands up, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, bringing the hands back down through the midline, down to the mat into Uttanasana. Forward fold. Inhale and walk your hands out along the mat, back into our downward facing reindeer, dropping your head through your arms. So send your heels towards the mat, really opening through the spine. Inhale, lifting your right leg towards your chest as you send that foot forward, stepping it through. So we're staying up on our back leg, or if that is too much for you, you can drop the knee to the mat. Otherwise, with your hands just on the mat alongside your right foot, just see if you can find some strength in that right leg. Breathing in, sending the weight into the right foot, sweeping the hands out as you bring your hands up and overhead. Reach into the ceiling. Take a breath here. As you exhale, bending the arms at the elbows, opening through the chest. So this is definitely a reindeer. The reindeer's antlers are your arms. Well done. So cactus arms, we call it usually, but we're reindeers today. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep your tummy muscles engaged. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sweep your hands forward to the mat. Release that right leg back into downward facing reindeer. Taking a breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, just send that left leg forward, stepping it through. So you're up on your right toes, or your option is to take the right knee to the mat. You choose. Plant your hands alongside the foot. Inhale as you send all that strength or that weight into the front leg, lifting your upper body up and away, reaching the hands up alongside the ears. Keep breathing. Take a breath here. And then exhale as you open out those arms. Reindeer antlers. Inhale up. Exhale open. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the tummy muscles engaged here. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep the hands back to the mat. Release the leg back into downward facing dog. Walk the hands back towards your feet. You're in Uttanasana, forward fold. Just take a breath here. And then take your hands to your hips. Inhale and slowly, slowly bring yourself back up. Release your hands. Just let everything settle. Everybody okay? So I'm just going to bring you up onto the screen so I can see you bigger. So we're now going to move into our balancing Christmas tree. So standing up straight and tall, sending the soles of the feet down into the mat. Really feel that connection. Relax your shoulders. Engage your tummy muscles. So feel strong and stable in this position before we start. Let's just have a little test of our balance. So as you inhale, send your weight into your right foot and lift your right knee up towards your chest. So find your drishti, staring at your point of focus. Keeping that balance, hug that knee in tight, find the length in your spine. Try not to hunch over the knee. Well done. If you're wobbling a little bit, that's good. Makes your brain work a little bit harder as you focus on keeping that balance. And then exhale and release. Let's try the other side. So finding that strong connection, first of all, to the mat. Then inhale, lift your left leg. Hug it in really tight. If you find that bit of tension in your upper body, as you hug the leg in towards you, you seem to create a little bit more balance. And remember the tummy muscles. They're important. If we let those go, we'll wobble all over the place. Well done. Exhale, release. So let's see how we're doing with our trees this morning. So inhale, send your weight into your left foot and start to lift the right foot away from the mat, resting the right heel on top of the left foot. So really get that opening in the hip before we start. So you're sending your right knee out to the side, starting to feel that your hip is opening. Relax the shoulders. Tummy muscles engaged. Keep that drishti on your next inhalation. See if you can lift the foot to below the knee or help it to above the knee. Hands to the heart center. Beautiful Christmas trees. Well done. Keep that focus. Keep the tummy muscles engaged. Keep breathing. Balance is so good for us. Calming the mind and strengthening through those lower limbs. Stopping us falling over as we get older. Exhale, release your hands, release your leg. Just stand up straight and tall for a moment. Let everything settle. Just feeling that energy flying down through the right hand side of the body as you release that leg. And then start to send the weight into the right leg. As you inhale, lift the left foot and place it on the right foot. So opening out through that hip. And your next inhalation, start to lift the foot to below the knee or help it to above the knee. So see if you can really keep that opening in the hips. So imagine there's headlights on your hips. We're trying to keep those headlights facing forward. Hands to the heart center. Shoulders down and relaxed, tummy muscles engaged. Find your upright Christmas tree. Lifting up through the spine, through the top of the head. Sending that strength down that standing leg, down into the mat. Brilliant. You're all rock solid. Keep breathing. Beautiful Christmas trees. And then exhale and step your foot down to the mat. So you've got one more balance. If you've got a block or a book handy, just get a block and place it on the floor. If you haven't got one, you can just do it on the mat. But the block adds an extra little bit of jeopardy. So just standing next to your block, standing up straight and tall, relax those shoulders down, open the chest. And then step your right foot onto the block. So your left toes are just touching the mat. Just finding that connection. So first of all, focus on the straight line from your right foot all the way up the body. Inhale, send your hands out wide, palms facing down. As you exhale, start to tip towards the right, lifting the left foot up and away from the mat. Your beautiful Christmas stars. Keep breathing. Each time you exhale, maybe you can dip a little bit deeper. Keep that drishti. On your next exhalation, slowly bring yourself back upright, stepping off the block. Well done. Let's try the other side. You'll stand to the right-hand side of your block. Taking a breath in, let everything settle. And then stepping the left foot onto the block. Your right toes are just skimming the mat. Inhale, reaching your hands out wide, palms facing down. Looking at your drishti. As you exhale, start to tip to the left-hand side. Keep the tummy muscles engaged. Slight bend in the standing leg. Keep that focus. Beautiful Christmas stars. Ooh, long. Exhale and release your foot to the mat. Well done. So we're going to come down to the mat. So just take your feet quite wide. Have your toes facing out at a diagonal. Take your hands to the heart center. Inhale. And as you exhale, just squatting down through the center. Releasing down to the mat. Have a little rock side to side when you get there. Easing into the hips. And then release your hands to the mat in front of you and release one knee and then the other. Come down to seated. Come down to kneeling. So take your knees, take your legs underneath you, come to kneeling. So if this is too much for your knees, you can tuck that block underneath your hips. Otherwise, if you're quite comfortable like this, we're just going to sweep our hands up and overhead. Find that length through the front of the body, through the spine. As you exhale, sweep the hands back behind you. So reaching back behind, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale up. Exhale, sweeping them back. Do that once more. Inhale up. It's quite a nice chest opener. And it's bringing your shoulder blades together. And then as you inhale this time, plant your feet on the mat, just shifting your knees back, coming down to the mat. Rest your heels, your hips down to the mat. Have your hands just alongside your chest and rest your head down to the mat. So you're gazing to the right-hand side. Take a breath here. And then turn your head and gaze to the left. And then lifting your head, just resting on your chin, sweep your hands back behind you so that your palms are facing up, and bend one knee, bringing the foot towards the back of your buttocks, and then release the leg back down. Try with the other one. So just testing the legs, seeing how they feel. Bending through the knees. It's good to just ease in to the legs like this. It's better for the hamstrings to just release them like this before we go for our next move. So just gently lifting the legs and releasing them. And then once you've done both sides evenly, inhale, engage the tummy muscles. As you exhale, bend both knees and see if you can slide your hands back towards your heels or your ankles or your leggings, whatever. Just grab hold of those feet. So maybe your chin wants to stay on the mat, or if you feel you've got a little bit more energy this morning, on your next inhalation, lift your head and lift your knees. So we're coming into Dhanurasana bow pose, only today we're Santa's sleigh. Have a little rock when you're here. Just easing into that pose. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. It's really lovely for the shoulder blades and the chest. And then as you exhale, just allow your knees to come back to the mat. Release your hands, place them one on top of the other under your forehead. Drop your feet out to the side, heels together. You're in crocodile. Can't think of a Christmas crocodile, so you'll just have to be crocodile this morning. Take a breath. And then slide your hands alongside your chest. Bring your feet back together. Inhale and lift yourself up and away from the mat. Sinking back into child's pose with the knees together. Reaching the hands forward. So on your next inhalation, just bring yourself back up to seated. We lost you for a minute then, Sue. You're back now, brilliant. So we're just coming, we're going to come into our last little practice, which is a little breathing practice from the seated position. So find yourself a comfortable seat. You can be kneeling, you can be sitting on your block, you can be, as you started, in Sukhasana with your legs crossed, or your in Siddhasana, as I did, with my one foot resting up on top of the other. You do whatever's good for you. And if you want your layers, just place them on now. So we're going to be moving our arms, so just be aware if your blankets do drop off you. So we're sitting up straight and tall. Find that nice length in the spine. Send the top of the head up to the ceiling. Just allowing everything to settle. On your next inhalation, sweep your hands forward and up and overhead. Palms are facing. As you exhale, sweeping the palms forward, bring them down towards the knees. Just let them hover over the knees. Don't let them touch. Inhale, take your hands out wide. Palms are facing forward. As you exhale, wrap the hands around your body. Give yourself a hug. Bring them around to your back as much as you can. Inhale. Exhale. Let your arms just rest down towards your lap. Let's do that once more. Inhale, reach the hands up and overhead. Palms are facing. Exhale, take the palms out wide, bring them around down to your knees. Don't let them touch, just let them hover. Inhale, take your hands out wide. Exhale, hug them, but wrap them in the other direction this time. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down to the lap. So the next time we do those moves, we're going to build in some visualization. So you imagine these things as we go through it. So I'll talk you through it once more. So inhale, reach your hands up and overhead. Say chest is lifting. As you exhale, turning the palms, bringing the hands towards the knees, chest is falling. Inhale, take your hands out wide, shoulders are opening. Exhale, wrap the arms around the body, shoulders are closing. Inhale, bring the hands forward in front of you, palms are facing down, palms are moving forward. Exhale, bring them down towards your thighs, just let them hover. And then release. So we'll do that once more with our eyes closed. Inhale, reach your hands up and overhead, palms are facing each other. Say to yourself, chest is lifting. Exhale, sweeping your hands out wide, bringing them over your knees, let them hover, chest is falling. Inhale, taking your hands up and wide, palms are facing forward. Shoulders are opening. Exhale, sweeping the hands forward, hugging in the other direction. Shoulders are closing. Inhale, reaching your hands forward, palms are facing down. Exhale, place the hands down onto the thighs. Just release the hands. Just feel that energy in the arms, releasing down onto the thighs. And just sit quietly for a moment. Just allow your chin to drop towards your chest. Just let everything relax. Feel the shoulders just sliding down your back. Sinking into the mat. No tension. Releasing from the hands all the way through the arms. Just breathing. And then keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands together and rub them quite vigorously. Get some heat in your palms. And then place them over your eyes. Just feeling that heat sinking into the eye sockets. Gently blink your eyes open behind your palms. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to lift your head and release your fingers away from your face. Well done. We'll just finish with our 3 breaths together. So taking your hands out wide. Inhale as you reach up and overhead. Exhale to the heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Namaste. Hope you're all okay. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas session. Lots of Christmas references there.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Good. Well, have a lovely few days and enjoy Christmas when it comes. Don't get too stressed.
Yeah, and you as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I can't imagine I'll have 2 little bundles there, but next year it'll be next year.
Yes, well, indeed, exactly.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. That was great. Happy Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas.
Bye.
Have a lovely day.
And let's have
Thank
some
you.
photos of the babies when you've got them.
Oh yeah, I'll send some more. I'll always bore you with photographs.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I look forward to that. We'll have a lovely Christmas.
And you too.
Lovely
Happy
photo.
Christmas. Bye.
Happy
Bye,
Christmas,
bye.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.